All right, let's talk about one of the biggest, most famous rules in personal finance. It's a piece of advice that, honestly, millions have built their entire retirement plans on. We're talking about the 4% rule. And here's the kicker. What if I told you that following it could be quietly wrecking your future?
You know, it's so true. Bad investing advice can sound really convincing. The most dangerous stuff isn't some crazy obvious scam. No, it's that common wisdom, the stuff you hear over and over until you just accept it. No questions asked.
And that's why we've got to ask a pretty tough question. Take a second and think about your own retirement plan. Is the whole thing, your whole future, built on a rule that's dangerously out of date?
So why do we fall for this stuff? Because these simple rules, they're a trap. They're so easy to remember, they make you feel smart. But here's the thing, the real danger isn't some big dramatic market crash. Oh no, it's something way quieter. It's decades of underperformance, a slow, silent drain on your money while you're thinking you're doing everything right. And trust me, that slow drain, it can be the difference between a comfortable retirement and, well, not.
Which brings us to the main event, the big one, the piece of conventional wisdom we're going to put under the microscope today. It's the oh-so-alluring 4% rule. I mean, for years, this thing has been sold as the simple, clean, don't worry about a thing roadmap to retirement.
Okay, so what is this thing exactly? Well, it's actually pretty simple. The rule goes like this. In your very first year of retirement, you withdraw 4% of your portfolio. Easy enough, right? Then every year after that, you take out that same amount of money, just, tweaked a little for inflation. The theory is, if you do this, your money will last forever. You'll never run out.
The promise is just so neat. Step 1, work hard, save up, build that nest egg. Step 2, pull out 4% a year. And step 3, kick back and enjoy a secure retirement. See that question mark? That little guy is where this whole simple promise starts to get, well, complicated.
So let's get into it. Where does this whole thing fall apart? It's time to shine a big old spotlight on the cracks in what everyone thought was a rock-solid foundation.
Okay, the problem really boils down to three main things. First, it just doesn't get how wild and unpredictable inflation can be. Second, it's super vulnerable to just plain bad timing in the market. And finally, and this is a big one, it's just too rigid. It's an approach that has no idea how messy and unpredictable real life actually is.
And that right there, that's the heart of the problem. The 4% rule thinks your life is going to be this neat, tidy little spreadsheet where everything happens in a straight, predictable line. But come on, is that anyone's life? Real life is messy. It's got curveballs, health scares, family emergencies, sudden market drops. A simple formula just can't handle that.
Now I want you to just let this number sink in for a second. Minus 50%. Okay? With an average inflation of just 3%, that's about how much buying power your savings lose over 25 years. I mean, think about that. You bust your hump for 25 years to save what you think is $1 million, but by the time you actually need it, it only buys you what $500,000 does today. It's a silent killer for your portfolio, and the 4% rule just isn't equipped to fight it.
So here's where it all goes wrong, the big mismatch. On one hand, you have the spreadsheet world, where everything is smooth sailing. Predictable inflation, nice average market returns. But on the other hand, you've got reality. And reality has sudden price hikes, and even worse, the nightmare scenario of retiring right into a bear market. I mean, think about it. If you're forced to sell your investments when they're down just to pay your bills, you are doing permanent damage. Your portfolio might never recover. That's the devastating power of bad timing.
Okay, so if the old rule is broken, what do? Just throw our hands up? No way. The solution is to get flexible. We need to build a plan that's resilient, that's dynamic, a plan that's built for the real world, not some fantasy spreadsheet land.
So, what does a dynamic strategy actually look like? Well, for starters, it means your spending has to adapt to the market. When times are good and your portfolio is soaring, maybe you spend a little more. But when the market's down, you tighten the belt to protect what you have. It also means you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You've got to build multiple streams of income, Social Security, maybe some part-time work, whatever, so that you aren't totally at the mercy of one single portfolio. Really, what this all comes down to is rethinking the whole idea of a retirement roadmap. Think about it. A paper map is static, right? It's fixed. It can't tell you about a sudden traffic jam or a closed road. What you really need is a GPS, something that's alive, dynamic, and can reroute you on the fly based on what's actually happening right now.
And in the end, it really boils down to this, and it's so important. Understanding which common sense rules actually work, well, that's the difference between building real, lasting wealth and spending your life just trying to play catch-up. The goal isn't to just blindly follow some simple rule. It's to be smart, to be informed, and maybe most important of all, to be adaptable.
So I'm going to leave you with one final question to think about. I want you to take a hard look at your own financial plan and ask yourself this, honestly. Is my roadmap built for a spreadsheet, or is it built for my real life?